this is the most important and crucial period of your lives, for what you do now and what you decide now at this age may well determine which way your life shall go. And the question is whether you have a proper, a solid, and a sound blueprint. And I want to suggest some of the things that should be in your life's blueprint. Number one, in your life's blueprint should be a deep belief in your own dignity, your own worth, and your own somebodyness. Don't allow anybody to make you feel that you are nobody. Always feel that you count. Always feel that you have worth. And always feel that your life has ultimate significance. Secondly, in your life's blueprint, you must have, as a basic principle, the determination to achieve excellence in your various fields of endeavor. You're going to be deciding as the days and the years unfold what you will do in life, what your life's work will be. Once you discover what it will be, set out to do it, and to do it well. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. For it isn't by size that you win or you fail. Be the best of whatever you are. And finally, in your life's blueprint must be a commitment to the eternal principles of beauty, love, and justice. Well, life for none of us has been a crystal staff, but we must keep moving. We must keep going. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl, but by all means, keep moving.
Good evening. Welcome to our regularly scheduled January 17th, 2023 school board meeting, our official board meeting. I want to welcome all of our visitors, and I know we have some principals in the room. If you would just wave your hand, or anyone on the leadership team, principal, assistant principal, anybody on the leadership team. Thank you so much for joining us. I know we always have our library director, Mr. Alan Harkness, and our director at the museum, Ms. Marianne Rickner. Thank you so much. Any other visitors? All right, thank you all who are here as well. So with our inspiration, we're going to follow along with the fantastic work that we just witnessed from the MCSD production company, continuing with honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Ms. McCray?
If y'all want to look above as I read this quote from Martin Luther King, it says, "Every man must decide whether he will walk in the creative light of altruism or the darkness of destructive selfishness. This is the judgment. Life's persistent and most urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" And let us remember that as we do the work of the school district. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. And then we will have our character word and our Pledge of Allegiance today. Blanchard Elementary School. Welcome. You're going to do the pledge, the character word, anything else that you want to present to us, and then introduce yourselves, okay?
Will you stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic from which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. Our word of the month is kindness. Kindness is being gentle, willing to help, and considerate of others. On Monday, we observed Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Dr. King represented kindness with his words and actions. He said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that." Thank you. My name is Morris Johnson. I'm from Miss Pate's class in the 5th grade.
My name is Chase Hudgens, and I'm from Miss Alexander's class.
My name is Frank Owen, and I'm from Miss Alexander's class.
My name's Finn Gardner. I'm from Miss Pate's class.
My name is Reese Newton, and I'm from Miss Page's class.
My name is Gideon Rivera, and I'm from Miss Page's class.
My name is Savannah Rivera, and I'm from Miss Chardier's class.
My name is Micaiah Lettrow, and I'm from Miss Phelps' class.
My name is Mason Johnson, and I'm from Mr. Williams' class.
My name is Victoria Gray. I'm from Miss Phelps' class.
My name is Riley Three. I'm from Miss Phelps' class.
My name's Eli Harmon. I'm from Miss Phelps' class.
My name is Bailey Randall. I'm from Miss Phelps' class.
Okay, I know the principal is here, Ms. Dalton, the assistant principal, Ms. Lester, and we have 2 teachers here.
I'm Bianca Willis, and I'm the school counselor at Blanchard Elementary.
And
my name is Tracy Rivera, and I am the library media specialist at Blanchard Elementary.
all right, and will our parents and friends and supporters please stand so we can recognize you and thank you. Thank you so very much. Good job, boys and girls.
Thank you.
We have a member absent tonight due to death in the family. Ms. Williams? Say that again, Ms. Buckner. Say that again.
Mrs. Williams, I'd like to offer the motion that we excuse Mrs. Williams tonight.
All right, that was a second by Ms. Jackson. All right. All in favor, hand vote, please. All right. 1.04 is a motion to approve the agenda. Motion by Ms. Chambers, second by Ms. Buckner. All in favor, hand vote, please. All right, this time I will turn the first item, action item, to elect our board officers over to Mr. Ellington.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So at its first regular meeting of the year, the board's policy indicates that it is to elect its officers, a chair, a vice chair, a secretary, a treasurer, and a parliamentarian. So to conduct that election, we need a nomination and a minimum of 5 votes to carry a nomination. So at this time, is there any nominations to be made? Yes, Ms. Buckner.
I'd like to nominate our current officers, Mrs. Pat Hughley-Green for president and Mrs. Lauren McRae for vice president, vice chair.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Hughley-Green has been nominated to serve as chair. Ms. McRae has been nominated to serve as vice chair. Are there any other nominations for either of those 2 positions? All right. Given that there are no other nominations, I would suggest that we vote on those 2 as a combined slate, if that's okay. And will this be a hand vote? Okay. All right. So all in favor of electing Ms. Pat Hughley-Green to serve as chair and Ms. Lori McRae to serve as your vice chair for the coming year, please raise your hand. All right. And that looks unanimous. So that carries. So the next 3 officers, as I mentioned, are the secretary, the treasurer, and the parliamentarian. Can I turn that back over to you, Madam Chair, to take those?
Okay, sure.
And I will also say that, well, I mean, I guess I can do it. The treasurer by law is the organization's chief financial officer, and the secretary by law is the superintendent of the organization, and the parliamentarian is your school board attorney. So if you want to take those 3 as a slate, we can do that as well.
Yes, I think we can take those 3 as a slate, specifically as with Hall Booth Smith as our, Mr. Ellington with Hall Booth Smith as our parliamentarian. All in favor? There's, make a motion, okay. Ms. All right, that was motion by Ms. Chambers, second by Ms. Buckner. Any discussion? All right, all in favor, hand vote. All right, that's unanimous also, Ms. Jones. I do want to say thank you, board, for an opportunity to continue to serve as chair. The collaborative effort and the team that we, the governance team that we have built and that we are continuing to build is by far the best. And I really, truly appreciate the sacrifice and the commitment for each of you, as well as our families, as a part of such an effort to serve the public in this capacity and to work with all of the children that attend public school and all of the employees who work here so diligently and collectively to deliver what I consider the best in public education, because that is the great equalizer. And for that, I say thank you for the opportunity to continue to serve. I appreciate it. Dr. Lewis, your light's on.
Yes, I'd just like to add to that, just to say, again, thank you to all the board members for your willingness to serve, and also for the leadership provided by Ms. Hughley-Green, Ms. Laura McRae, our district member at large, who also provides leadership at the state level. So we thank you for your ongoing commitment to serving our students in our community and making public education a priority in that community. So thank you all very much for your continued commitment and dedication to this process. And I can tell you, it is something that you've got to be passionate about it, because it does take a lot of hours to study the agendas, to understand the issues, and then to bring forward questions, which then we hopefully can provide the answers for and move our system forward. So again, thanks to each and every one of you for what you do and for our leadership to help continuing to move us forward. Thank you.
Okay, moving along, recognition of visitors. I'd kind of done that at the beginning, like church people do, at the start of service. Then we're going to go on into our district-wide recognitions. And we have just one, okay, Mr. Neal from our Human Resource Division. Turn that lectern on.
Good evening. We're excited to announce the Power of We Award winner for the month of January 2023 is none other than presented to Mr. John Lawson, the Assistant Director of Plant Services. Let him give him a hand as we prepare to read. Amen. Just a little bit about Mr. Lawson. John Lawson was hired as a regional coordinator for plant services in August 2016. In February of 2021, he was promoted to Assistant Director of Plant Services. In his role as the Assistant Director, Mr. Lawson provides guidance and direction to members of the Plant Services team, always mindful of the district's primary mission. John is focused on ensuring every student in every school has the opportunity to learn in a well-maintained environment. He does so with a sincere heart and a genuine smile. John's sincerity and commitment are evident in his work and the work of his team. Plant Services is often called on to address pressing issues all hours of the day and night. John is always willing to do whatever is needed to solve the problem or collaboratively develop a temporary solution which will allow the school to function as normal as possible. John's forward-thinking and mission-focused approach has proven to be invaluable in limiting disruptions to instruction time. Whether it's cleaning a blocked street drain in the rain at Clubview, repairing frozen pipes at Columbus High, preparing special needs classrooms at Rigdon Road, or any other issue, John is always willing to answer the call and develop a plan. Since the start of the school year, the Central Region has been without a coordinator in plant services, and Mr. Lawson has graciously taken on the responsibility and has not missed a beat. Just some quotes from those that have recommended him. Ms. Hyder, Assistant Principal of Clubview Elementary, says, though he is pulled in many directions, he never seems to be in a rush or act as if we are a burden. He listens and acts quickly based on each individual need. We've had many situations where John was our hero. After a recent waterline break, Mr. McGarr, Assistant Principal of Columbus High School, wrote, Mr. Lawson and his crew not only repaired the break, but went the extra mile to make sure we were able to hold our welcome back to school brunch. As usual, the dedicated group of people in plant services went above and beyond the call of duty, delivering true quality customer service. Mr. Anderson, Chief Operations Officer, John is truly a pleasure to work with and embodies all the Muscogee County School District stands for. He is not only talks the talk, but walks the walk and is a daily reminder for his team on what it means to serve others, treat people with dignity and respect, and continually work towards improving the quality of work and services provided. Mr. Lawson's leadership has helped maintain the high standards the district has come to expect from plant services. His initiative, support of our schools, unwavering commitment to the district are commendable and truly deserving of the Power of We Award. Plant Services functions under the leadership of Ward Odom Sr., Director, and Travis T. Anderson, Chief Operations and Facilities Officers. Once again, our January 2023 recipient of the Power of We Award is John Lawson.
Let's not get crazy.
They're pretty nervous to let me speak, so I'll be quick. I didn't know if I should be comedy guy, thanks to the Academy. We'll try to work in some, literature or something. Don Quixote comes to mind with this job. But really, thanks for the recognition. This is recognition of the team of Plant Services. We got a few of them over here. I do really enjoy my job most days. It's never dull. We do get some late night calls and stuff, but I'm thinking if I move out into the county like Ward has, that somebody else will have to pick up the phone. No, I'm just kidding. No, I really do love the job. Thanks for the recognition. I think we've made some big improvements, and we look forward to keep continuing and getting better. But thank you very much for the recognition.
So you recognized your plant service family. If there are any other family members, please stand and wave at us so we can recognize you also. Thank you so very much for everything that you do.
Madam Chair, I'd like to take a moment of personal privilege. You know how busy principals are during the course of a day, and I have received no less than probably 6 to 8 emails from various principals or assistant principals throughout our district. And you know that how busy they are. So for them to take the time right then to stop and write an email acknowledging the efforts of John, Ward, and all the members of the Plant Services team, I always make sure I try to pass that along to them as well and just thank them so they know that they are appreciated. So again, thank you for all that you do. It is a team award, but John, we appreciate you leading your team. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we have one more recognition. Yes. This is the Northside High School student section was recognized. Student Fan of the Year, is that the correct name of that student section challenge? And so this is their video that won for this recognition.
To Hosley, and Hosley will start breaking ankles and hearts all the way to Pater, just a humble 66 yards away. Make it 13-0 Northside.
I feel like an animal stuck in a cage and I'm ready to break out. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. This time, like the last time.
Is always dangerous. Lines up with the Wildcat. Takes it himself. G-O-N-E, gone.
I step on the field, it's time to get real. I'm feeling so ruthless. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Lower the lights down. Hand over my crown. Hand over my heart. I do this for my town. I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Yeah. So what are you afraid of? Those feelings are made of. Get in the game, your moment of fame. Show them what you made of. It's time that we stand up. It's time that we man up. For anyone asking who is the best, we putting our hands up. My time. Nothing can keep me from reaching the top. This time, like the last time, I'm moving so fast, I'm ready to ride. I'm ready to throw down. It's time for the showdown. I'm ready to rise. Don't be surprised, I'll take on the world now. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Lower the lights down. Hand over my crown. Hand over my heart. I do this for my town. I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. My town, my crown. We know what it takes to be reaching the top. We're reaching the top. We're reaching the top. We know what it takes to be reaching the top. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. My town, my crown. We know what it takes to be reaching the top. We're reaching the top. We're reaching the top. We know what it takes to be reaching the top. Lower the lights down. Hand over my crown. Hand over my heart. I do this for my town. I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Outstanding. So the Georgia High School Athletic Association Spirit Challenge, the Northside High School Patriots won. So congratulations, and thank you so much for bringing the video back. All right, so we're in our action agenda. And it's just like it was last week, short. So we're ready to vote electronically, right? So item number 6.01 is the board exemplary status application. Motion by Ms. Chambers, second by Ms. Buckner. Are there any additional questions? This is our application to the Georgia School Boards Association to, again, seek our exemplary status, which has some requirements on us, just for public information, that we will go above and beyond seeking our training and professional development hours, that we will adhere to the guidelines, specifically forming a community committee that will evaluate us based on the same evaluation tool that we use for our superintendent. We will be evaluated by community people. And that committee consists of district people and maybe one or two community. I'll get the details out to the board members, as well as our own self-evaluation. And we should be prepared to get that completed for our February board meeting. We're ready to vote now. Did everybody vote? You got it. All right, that passes. 6.02 is our board meeting schedule. We do vote on this meeting schedule annually, so that we can go ahead and make our public postings, and then board members have added these meeting dates to their calendars. Do we have a motion? Motion by Ms. Chambers, second by Mr. Cantrell. Are there any questions or adjustments that we need to make on this calendar? All right, hearing none, we are ready to vote now. All right, that passes. Item 6.03, superintendent is recommending architectural firm 2WR to evaluate and scope school interests for secure vegetables. Motion by Mr. Cantrell, second by Ms. Chambers. Are there any additional questions? We are ready to vote now. All right, that motion passes. Item 6.04, superintendent is recommending the approval of Ben B. Gordy as the construction contractor for project upgrades at Columbus High School. Motion by Ms. Buckner, second by Ms. Chambers. Are there any additional questions? We're ready to vote now. All right, that passes. Item 6.05 is an adjusted project budget for Columbus High School. Motion by Ms. Buckner, second by Ms. Chambers. Are there any questions? So sensitive. I was trying to read that amount, but every time I touch it. Okay, so this was to revise the original program budget. And so the budgetary impact is $1.9 million, right at $2 million. All right, that item passes. Next item is 6.06 is the new budgets for Hardaway and Kendrick High School additions. Motion by Ms. Buckner. Second by Mr. Cantrell. Are there any questions? All right, we're ready to vote now. And this is also another project for 2WR Architectural Firm to design and oversee the construction on the addition projects at Hardaway and Kendrick High School. All right, that motion passes. Next is 6.07. That's Arnold Middle School budget upgrades. Motion by Ms. Chambers, second by Ms. Jackson. Are there any additional questions? We are ready to vote now. This item approves River City Contracting as the construction manager at risk for Arnold Modernization Project, and that item passes. Item 6.08 is the roofing contract for Winton Arts Academy. Motion by Ms. Buckner, second by Ms. Jackson. Are there any additional questions? We are ready to vote now. All right, that item passes. And our last action agenda item is 6.09 is the Connect Stadium scoreboard upgrade or update or replacement. Is there a motion by Ms. Buckner, second by Ms. Jackson? Are there any questions? I have a question. Mr. Cantrell, if you hit your microphone. Yes, sir.
It seems like that the stadium sign there now is not that old. It seems like we replaced it a few years back. What do we do with the old sign? That's the same sign that we've had for many, many years now, David?
And when you're dealing with electronics, that has a different shelf life. And so Mr. Battles is walking to the podium.
I just like to know, where does the other one go to when we pull it down? Or is it just junk?
Yes, sir, you described it correctly on the back end. It is outdated technology. Yes, sir. It is extremely difficult to maintain at this point. We're up to 2 or 3 visits by the company a year to keep it in service. So we actually can't use it for the state track meet we host because the technology doesn't transfer to the new systems they're using to put information on the boards.
Can we donate it to another school system, a smaller one, or is it just, just unusable? But I guess you're still using it now, that it means it's still working, but
it is
could
working.
A smaller school system use it compared to just putting it in a storage building somewhere?
That is something we can look at, yes, sir.
Because it seems like a few years ago, Pacelli got one of our used signs, maybe from Jordan or something, that we updated one of the school boards. I just hate to see it where it's still usable, that somebody's not able to use it in some school system. We're able to, donate it to somebody, maybe sell it, but do something if it's workable. And I suppose it's still workable because it's up and running now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can look into that. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cantrell. Any other questions or comments? We're ready to vote now. Ms. Buckner, you want to give us our disclaimer? Ms. Chambers has a question.
Yes, I just have a quick question. On item 6.08, if we could go back just a moment on the roofing contract for Winton Arts Academy, I just want to know which year E-Splosh that money is coming out of. Is it 2020?
It will be a combination of both 2015 and 2020 East Blast. A little will come out of both.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you.
We want the public to know that even though we went fairly quickly through our agenda on last week due to the Georgia game, we did discuss the items on the agenda, and so we want you to know that we are just not breezing through our agenda. We have discussed the items, and so when we come on the board meeting nights, we generally are here to vote for the items, and the discussion has been done in the work session.
Thank you, Ms. Buckner. And then our consent agenda, is there a motion to? That was motion by Ms. Buckner, second by Ms. Chambers to approve the consent agenda. We're ready to vote now. And again, we want to, one item in our consent agenda are donations. We do want to thank our public-private partnerships for the support that they give our students in their efforts to support public education. So we appreciate each and every one of you. All right, and, what happened? I pressed yes, it told me I voted yes. I voted yes for the consent agenda. I am still logged in, right? You're making an adjustment for the record, Ms. Jones? Thank you so very much. All right, under the information item, board member, we could not meet with our legislators for breakfast to give them our legislative priorities that we have already compiled collectively and approved. So my suggestion is to put our legislative priorities along with our demographics, along with other additional information and those standard questions that our legislators typically ask us in a pamphlet booklet format, and we will get it to them, each of them, so they will know what our the items that we deem important, that is a running list that is consistent with Georgia School Board Association, educational priority matters. And so that's my suggestion. If you think we should add anything or do something differently, just let us know. But we do need to provide them with that information. We don't like for them to go in any General Assembly and we have not had a chance to speak to them. And this is just one of those years that we were not able to get a date. And my additional suggestion is that we move it up some to maybe October and November, and not get into where we can't fit it in December because of all of everything that goes on in December. So we want to try to be mindful of that and start a little early next year, which means we got to develop our priorities earlier, okay? Any questions about that, Dr. Lewis?
Just one reminder, we are coming up on our I Love My Futures Week. This was started in the past year or two under the joint direction of Victoria Thomas in CTAE and Trakila Nelson in our guidance department. And this is just simply a reminder, we are always focusing on career pathways and careers for our students, but this is the week of February 13th through 17th is designated in our district as My Futures Week. So just want to ask everyone to wear your pins in recognition of that effort coming up on February 13th through 17th. Want to thank all of our CTAE teachers and instructors, our guidance counselors, our school counselors who work to provide the direction and pathways for our students. And we got results today, and I don't have them with me, but we will be sharing those out. We have tremendous passage grad rate in our pathways, 100% in 2 of the areas and 98 in the other 2 areas. So extremely high pathway percentage graduation rates. So we're very pleased and very proud of that. And that's, again, kudos to our Department of Teaching and Learning, CTAE, and all of our guidance staff for what they do to help promote those areas and career pathways to help our economy locally and throughout the state. And then we just have an executive session for a legal and a property matter.
All right, board members, we need a, Ms. Buckner is making a motion.
I'd like to offer the motion that we go into executive session for a legal matter
And a property.
and a property matter.
And that was second by Ms. Chambers. Did I hear that?
Cantrell.
Cantrell, okay. All right, all in favor? Raise your hand. We're now in executive session. Thank you all so very much.
Karen, I don't have your cell number on here. I don't have your cell number here. You got it?